about now? Is there any sound now? How about now? Is there any sound now? Yeah, I just had this thing plugged in. Yeah, the microphone, it was working earlier, but I guess it doesn't feel like working now. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, it's too bad because I didn't bring my charger with me. I'll just put that in my pocket then. Yeah, the microphone was working before. I don't know why it's not working now. I guess it just didn't feel like it. I don't know. A mind of its own. Anyway, it's gonna keep on going. I've been locked out of burn by time, otherwise I would try to log back on, but I don't even know if I want to be honest, because DoorDash just sent me a crappy order for 6.8 miles. Like, do you honestly think of doing that on a mountain bike? Absolutely not. Heck, even on my electric bike I wouldn't do that, unless it was a 2-for-1, you know? But it's not, so I digress. Hey, what's going on, Justin? Good to have you. The microphone, I guess it's not working right now for some reason, but it's okay. Glad to see me back. Thanks, Corey. Good to see you too, buddy. How's work going for you, Corey? I know Mary seems to be doing pretty good, so I'm glad to hear that. Huh? Well, we could hear you. It was everyone. Okay, it's fine. I was being told there was no sound, so I was just going by that because I was talking and it said there was no sound. I'm behind on the chat too. Yeah, it was working when I streamed this morning, but it's alright. What's going on, Hinson? Good to have you. Let me give you a wrench. You know the drill with that. Let's keep riding. Gonna do some more circles, then I'll probably move to a different parking lot. Yeah, good to see you too, buddy. I would usually be on my e-bike, but my e-bike's out of commission, so waiting back on the manufacturer about a resolution. They'll either try to fix it, or they'll send me a new one. They should just send me a new one. That's what they did last time, so I mean, it's the easy solution. So we'll see how that goes. Depending on the resolution, I'll see about other things I could potentially do too. I know at some point I'd like to set it up for dual motor. That'd be great, but I'd have to put it on a payment plan, because your boy, he works on borrowed time and borrowed money. Let's see, Corey says, I'm off work now, just put them on the way at a Walmart curbside. Hey, it's cool. You saw the vid earlier, rest in peace. Yeah. I mean, I exaggerated the thumbnail a little bit. You know, that's why in the video title it was more of a question, like, is my e-bike dashing career over? Rather than an exclamation point, like, oh, it's over, oh my god. But, you know, I'm trying new methods to get people interested in what I'm making, because, you know, still having a hard time getting people interested in the channel. But it's okay. You know, as long as I keep putting stuff out, we'll get there eventually. But yeah, how'd you do today, Corey? Did you make over $100? Did you make $420? Let me know in the comment section down below. If anyone's gotta leave, just hit the like button on the way out. That'd be appreciated. I got Grubhub and Uber Eats on right now, seeing if I can get an order from either of them. I've kept them on for a couple hours, and only Grubhub's been sending me offers, but they're going too far, and they're just not very good. You know, like $13 for 15 miles. Just no way. Alright. They're not gonna... Who's beeping? Alright. Gonna walk over here. These people be acting extra tonight. I fear my safety, you know. Even on a bike, I'm still not fully safe. You got paid by the hour, worked 10 hours, so not quite $420. Yeah, I got you. Man, that would be heckin' dope though. Making $420 in a day. Man, that'd be sick. Alright, don't nobody run me over now. Got no real way to defend myself. It's the evening after all. Gotta be on the safe side. Alright. Hey, what's going on, Dr. Plow? Good to have you. Just riding on the mountain bike tonight. I don't know if you caught up about the whole e-bike thing, but you know, check my community posts for more information. I'm just hopping through parking lot to parking lot, getting some miles on my bike. Just get out of the house. Haven't felt the best in general today, so just gotta get out and do something I like to do. You saw the vid? I got you. Yeah, it's basically just outlining kind of what I'm doing, at least as far as gig work, while I wait on the bike results. So we'll see what happens. I'm sure they'll help me out. They did last time, and they did it with no real hesitation, so. And if you guys don't know what brand, it's Iota. That's the e-bike brand. Excuse me. And they've been really helpful with me with the bike, because the motor did give out last year, and they replaced it. And it lasted a little while, but that motor gave out. It does make me question the quality of the motor. Now, I know I push these bikes pretty hard, but they should be able to last longer than that, you know? But it's okay. Because I'm sure they'll help me out. They'll get me what I need. I really just need the motor. That's all I gotta do. If I got a new motor, I can relace the wheel. Try to straighten it up a little more. Guess I'll go around this way. Yeah, it seems like the reception's okay. That's cool. Not to obsess over it or anything, but you know, I keep an eye on it. You're like, oh no. Oh. Yeah, I told you guys, a lot of action out here tonight. They come out like every day, and on the weekends, multiple times a day. Fire department and the police. But it's all good. So, how was your day today, Dr. Plow? What have you been up to? You out working? You guys watch that show Invincible on Amazon Prime? Invincible, the superhero cartoon. It's pretty good, man. It's a good show. I saw the first season when it came, well, a little after it came out, and I was like, damn, this is a good show. Really good show. And then season 2, I thought it was good, but it didn't really have a strong central storyline to it. Like, it was a bit of a character exploration with the side characters, and then Mark, or the titular character, Invincible. But I don't feel like he really grew all that much, you know? They hinted at a lot of stuff, but it didn't really have any payoff. And then Angstrom, you know, the main villain, he was barely even in the season at all. And they tried to hype him up as like the big antagonist, but it was barely even in the show, you know? So I was like, oh, that's pretty disappointing. I mean, if he was like, if we were following him and figuring out what his devious plan against Mark was, it would have been a lot better, you know? It would have been a lot more captivating, but we didn't really get that. So ultimately, season 2, while I thought it was really cool what was going on with the side characters, there just wasn't enough of a central antagonist or storyline for it to be all that impressive. So it felt like a big step down from the first season. Plus the animation, I know the animation for the show is not very good, but it felt especially janky in season 2. Very stiff, you know, just very stiff animation. And the action sequences, I feel like in their imagination they looked a lot better than they actually were. Especially in season 3. Season 3 is kind of a mixed bag in a lot of ways too, although I thought it was a little better. I thought it was a little better than season 2 because there was like more interesting things going on. But it ultimately felt like season 3 is just a bunch of shock value. Right? It just felt like a bunch of shock value for the sake of surprise, rather than have any of it be based on a continuous storyline, or one that we're like especially invested in. And Mark is, I don't know, he's really stupid and selfish in season 3. He makes a lot of very dumb decisions, and a lot of the episodes are trying to hammer home these like morals and values when it comes to like, you know, morality and utilitarianism and the gray area of moral principle. And it just felt like it was singing the same song but from a different point of view, and it just had no payoff because he's just turning into this cookie cutter superhero that looks at everything black and white, you know? I mean, one, I find that hard to relate to, and I also don't find it very interesting because he's basically Batman, you know? He's got this arbitrary moral code, and yet it winds up killing more people because he's not out there saving lives, even if he has to work with people that used to be villains, you know? Plus, he's the strongest goddamn person on the planet, and he's too busy grieving over his girlfriend who got injured in the hospital. And I'm thinking to myself, dude, you could literally kill all the threats around the world that are killing hundreds of thousands of people and uprooting cities. But instead of doing that, he's like, wah, wah, my poor girlfriend. It's like, yeah, it sucks, man. But, you know, you've had this lesson across several episodes, and you're doing nothing about it. You're just feeling sorry for yourself, you know? It's like, get a grip, dude. So, while I liked a lot of the spectacle of season 3 so far, we got one more episode coming out next week. I like the main character less and less, you know, and I still feel like it's more of a tentpole season where they're just setting up for a lot of things, but it's at the cost of having a continuous storyline, you know? It just feels very episodic, but it barely ties into anything that is cohesive. How invincible are you if you keep holding back and getting your clock cleaned, you know? He keeps holding back. He's like, oh, I don't want to kill people. But it's like, dude, get a grip. This guy is trying to kill you, and he's going to kill other people. So, do something about it. Grow some balls, man. But he keeps, like, resorting to his black and white moral view. And he keeps, it's at the cost of people's lives. It's like, dude, you know, you claim to care about saving people, but yet, you know, when the final hour is ticking, you're not stepping up to the plate. What's up with that? I'm not trying to spoil too much. If you guys even want to watch the show, or if you've seen it, let me know in the comment section down below if you guys have seen the show, if you guys know what I'm talking about, if you can relate to what I'm talking about. But, you know, it's one of those kind of shows that had like a really, really awesome first season. Honestly, that first season is like peak television in my opinion. It's just the following seasons afterwards, they just don't live up to it, man. They just don't. From a spectacle point of view, yeah, season 3 is pretty good. But when it comes to a main narrative, it just leaves a lot to be desired, you know? But, you know, I digress. Because I know pretty colors and action scenes and very good voice acting are all things that people like about shows and movies, and, you know, it delivers on that front. I'll grant that. Let's see, Corey says the order was $21.61 and it took 23 minutes. Wow, that's pretty good, man. You know, that would put that, I think, close to 60 an hour. That put it pretty close to 60 an hour. That's, wow, that's really good, actually. I'd love to make 60 an hour. Man, I'd be able to work less, take more time off, you know? It's okay. It's okay. Sometimes you just gotta make do with what you have. So, I don't know. But yeah, that's what's new as far as TV that I'm watching. Like, I don't really watch television per se, but I've been pretty invested in that show, even when it falters, even when it has its even when I have my gripes with it. Like, I tend to be more critical on the media that I either really like or I really don't like. Anything that's grouped in the middle, I tend to be less critical of, just because there's usually less glaring flaws, or at least less glaring flaws that stick out to me. And I tend to be more critical on the shows and movies or music that I really enjoy, or, you know, at least the people that create it or are part of the project. because I want to see it be even better, you know? That's how I see it. I want it to be even better. And it's not me being like, oh, this is like the shittiest thing I've ever seen in my life. No, it's more like, you know, as much as I love this show, as much as I love this album, as much as I love whatever, it's got these things that are holding it back from true greatness, you know? That's just sort of how I see it. Because when you have less amazing traits and qualities, or you don't have any like truly glaring flaws, it's hard to really knock a lot off of it, I guess, for lack of a better word. I don't know if you guys can relate, but if you can, let me know in the comment section down below. But yeah, I'm pretty much just hopping around parking lot to parking lot. Just getting a little biking done. Sure, we got a couple miles on me now, or at least close to it. I don't know. And you know, from certain angles, you'll get the sunset. When we head over to the Home Depot parking lot, you guys should be able to see a little sunset. You might even see little glances of it, or glimpses of it, I mean. If you get what I'm saying. But yeah, since I don't have my charger, the stream's not going to be that long. But, you know, I'll keep going until the battery's very low. Plus, I'd rather be out of the house right now. And, you know, if you guys enjoy this more casual stuff, then, well, I'll keep doing it. Alright. Come on. No. No. They wanted me to go first, but nope. I'd rather wait till they're gone. Better safe than sorry. That's how I operate with this stuff. I mean, you guys would be shocked how many close calls I've had from drivers that try to be nice. And all it does is disrupt traffic. You know, it's like, I know you're trying to be nice, but if you're disrupting the flow of traffic for everyone else, please don't do it. Right? I'll wait till everyone's gone, then I'll cross the street. Because you'd be surprised how patient I am. I get frustrated because I feel like, in a lot of ways, I've been dealt a bad hand with a lot of things in life. But me accepting that about myself makes it easier for me to deal with it. And knowing that I've been able to at least see some promise in spite of that is usually enough to keep me going. Usually. Not going to pretend like it always does, but, you know, just keeping it real with you guys. But yeah, have you guys seen any movies or shows recently? Anything interesting? So let me know in the comment section down below. Like I said, I don't really watch TV all that much, but, you know, I like that Amazon Prime show, Invincible. And, episode 8, or the final episode of season 3, comes out Thursday morning. So, I'm interested to see how that goes. Let's see, Corey says, sorry, Mary, I'm a bit behind. Mary says, always behind. Gotcha. Hey, what's going on, Rainbow? Glad to have you. I was going to give you a wrench the next time I saw you, so here you go. Have at it. I want to go around subbing to people, or sending links, or anything like that, go ahead. I don't really get trolls, at least not yet, so don't time anyone out or ban anyone unless I say so. If it gets, like, you know, if I hop on the algorithm someday, and we suddenly get a bunch of trolls, then I'll probably be like, eh, you know, if you see anything obvious, go ahead. But I don't really get that yet. So, at least not on this channel. On my other channel, I have like 2 or 3 people that kind of out for blood, I guess, in a weird way. And then they would troll the shit out of me every now and again. But I always had people be like, ah, just ban them, I know who it is. And we all eventually knew who it was that kept doing it over and over again. And we were just like, ah, such and such is back at it again. You know? I'm sure you guys can relate. Actually, that happened when the channel was slightly smaller than this one, believe it or not. I think I was around like, wow, that was pretty stupid. That guy just, he took a blind left. You gotta love when people do that, man. They just make a blind turn into a cyclist. Happens all the time here. And then they get mad at me. It's like, dude, I have the right of way, and you ran a stop sign. So, why are you getting all mad at me about it, you know? Doesn't make any sense. But I digress. Oh, there's a sandhill crane. Ooh. I don't know if you guys can hear the sandhill crane. Let me, let's try to get a little closer. Now, where you got to park right there. Now I'll go around a little bit. But yeah, how's it going, Rainbow? What are you up to? You going back to Disney World? Just let us know in the comment section down below. If you watch anything cool on television, Netflix, Amazon. I haven't really seen any movies too recently. It's been a little while. Probably since, I would say, probably around December. So it's been a few months. But I saw that movie. It was called The Babadook. Man, I loved it. That film was absolutely incredible. It honestly became like one of my favorite horror films of all time. And I don't say that lightly, because I have like a very small elite group of movies that I would even consider classics in really any genre. And when it comes to horror, I think The Babadook is arguably my favorite modern horror film ever. It is so good. Like, it's not even one of those like, ah, scary monster, blood and gore, serial killer, slitting the throats and stabbing a bunch of horny teenagers. No, this is more like a psychological horror film about like grief and depression and the falling apart of a family from losing loved ones and how it manifested into a demon. You know, it's like, damn, that's some heavy psychological stuff, right? So I thought that film was absolutely amazing, and I loved it. If you guys have seen The Babadook, then let me know in the comment section down below. I don't know if you guys got to see the sandhill crane. Maybe I can roll back to them. There's only one. Usually when I see a sandhill crane, there's like a bunch of them, you know? But I only saw one. So I guess maybe the sandhill crane is looking for their friends. Let me try to get a little closer. I don't want to make it obvious and then they get scared, you know? I don't like bothering animals when they're just trying to do their thing. Alright, we got a Grubhub. What do we got? Wow, that's terrible. Yeah, you see the sandhill crane up ahead? Right in between the cars? Yeah, I don't know if you guys can see them, but sandhill crane is standing in between the cars. Guess waiting for their buddies. Maybe their mate, I don't know. Hey, what's going on, Brittany? Good to have you. I'll give you a wrench if you want to go around something to people, stuff like that. Do you still e-bike when it's summertime in Florida? Oh, absolutely. That's my only way to get around. I sold my car back in 2023, so I have to get around on my e-bike. But I'm not on my e-bike right now because the motor gave out again. So I'm requesting, well, I requested from the manufacturer to get it replaced, and they're working on that. So yeah, they're working on that, and I should be hearing back from them by tomorrow, I think. And hopefully they'll send me a new one. It's either that or maybe they'll fix it. It's easier for them to send a new one. And as soon as I get that, then I can relace the wheel, because the wheel's got a bit of a wobble. You know, it's got a bit of a wobble to it, but I can relace the rim. Let's try to straighten it up a little more. Just make the ride a little smoother. It doesn't do anything serious, but you know, like having a slightly wobbly wheel doesn't do anything catastrophic to the bike, but it just makes the ride a little bumpy. But I don't have a hardtail bike. That's just a bike that doesn't have rear suspension. It's not a hardtail, so even with the bump, it barely does anything. But I do want to try to straighten it up. How much battery life do we have? Okay, we're still doing pretty good as far as battery. You saw the video I posted? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that video will do pretty good. I mean, I gave it a bit of a provocative title. You know, sort of implying something like, oh, is this the end? You know? But I think it fits because, well, you know, it's uncertain, right? And I hate uncertainty. Honestly, I hate the idea of uncertainty more than death. Because at least death is coming someday. It's inevitable. We all have to face it. So me knowing that is like, okay, well, when that day comes, it comes. But uncertainty is like, it plays a lot of mental gymnastics on me, and sometimes it keeps me up at night, you know? Because I tend to get buried in my thoughts more than I should anyway, but I digress. Yeah, let me, yeah, maybe you guys could get a better view. So, there they are. Hey, what's going on, Sandhill Crane? You calling for your friends? I don't know where they're at. You seem lost, though. They're not usually in a parking lot, you know? That's a bit unusual in this area. In this area, you don't usually see Sandhill Cranes in parking lots. They're usually, like, on hills, or just kind of away from the action, you know? So, I guess they got lost, I don't know. Hope they're okay. I mean, they don't keep calling like that unless they feel, like, distraught. At least that's what I've noticed about them. But, you know, I'm not really an expert on that stuff, so take that with a grain of salt. But no, I didn't get an order earlier. We're mostly just riding around, to be honest. You know, I'm mostly just riding around, getting out of the house, stuff like that. And we're just hopping around different parking lots. The time change is messing with them. Yeah, that's what I think it is too, you know. So, they probably flew out too early. Or maybe they flew in the wrong place. And everybody else is like, hey, where'd you go? You call him Alfred, I guess. Where'd you go, Alfred? And then poor Alfred's out here. He's like, hey, where's everybody at? Yeah, maybe they'll find their way. We'll see what happens. Yeah, it's, I gotta say, it's pretty quiet out here. You know, for a Sunday evening, it's pretty quiet out here. But, yeah, it's okay. I was doing branded surveys earlier. I don't know if you guys have heard of that website, Branded Surveys. But, you know, essentially you can just fill out surveys online You get points. You get enough points, you can cash it out to PayPal, make some money. It's not a lot, but if you don't have a lot of options, it's better than nothing. And if you're already on your computer, or you're already on your phone, they have it in the App Store too, then hey, it's not the worst time. It's not the worst way to kill some spare time, right? That's how I see it. Hey, what's going on, B? Good to see ya. I streamed this morning. We went for a bike ride on the mountain bike. Because, you know, I don't know if you caught up with my most recent video or... No, wait, you have. Never mind. Well, maybe not the video, but I know you're aware of what happened with the bike. I'm still hearing back from them. I'm still hearing back from the manufacturer about what they're going to do. I mean, they said they're going to come to a resolution, so... They basically said that last time something happened, and then the resolution wound up being them replacing the motor. So, I think that's what's going to wind up happening. They'll just send me a new one. And they are good with their word. Their website says that they ship out in a day, and that's what happened last time. They shipped it out within a day. They gave me the tracking number, and then, I think it was 3 days later, I got it in the mail. The last time that I needed to replace the motor. So, assuming that's true, then I should be able to get back on the road with the e-bike by the weekend. Sorry to hear about the motor, but good to hear EL Order is being responsive. Yeah, their customer service is pretty good, man. I gotta give them props. They're pretty darn good. Usually if I reach out to them about something, they get back to me within hours. Or hours of operation, I mean. So, definitely good on them. The other company that, you know, I had a falling out with, it would take them days sometimes. Sometimes it would take them days to get back to me. And when I emailed them about the motor to their direct website, it took about a week. You know? Can you believe that? Even though it was covered under warranty, it took them a week to respond, only for them to be like, we don't want to send you any more parts because we sent you a lot, and we don't want to do that. That's pretty much how they acted. You know, little bitches, just because their bike sucks. And I was basically pointing out to them how terrible their bike is, without saying their bike is terrible. But, you know, I digress. Because, you know, that's... What am I going to do? Just keep beating a dead horse? Okay, this order sucks. They sent me an Uber Eats order, $2.4 or $2.49 for 4.9 miles. Absolutely not. That's horrible. No E, but it's all good. Oh, as far as the spelling of Corey, I got you. Oh, their name. Yeah, should I even say their name? Nah, I'm not gonna say their name. But one of my coffee talkies, you remember, one of my coffee talkies, I dedicated like the first hour just ranting about how horrible and crooked they are, and how they were basically whining and lying and complaining because they didn't want to help me, because their bike is just a giant piece of shit that kept malfunctioning in some way, shape, or form. But, you know, like I said, I digress. Hey, what's going on, Cassandra? Good to see you. Yeah, I see you as this account sometimes on other people's channels. So that's cool. Ooh. Alright, we just got an order, baby. See, this one's pretty good. $9, 1.3 miles at McDonald's. Let's get it. It's taking me back to my neighborhood, so, you know, it's gonna buffer. Whatever, it's okay. Anyway, let's go get that. See, I put this cloth in my underwear to keep my ass warm, or cool, I mean.
because I sweat and then I chafe. TMI, maybe, but I can't help it. It's Florida, man. It's too hot. When it gets really hot, sometimes I gotta put that thing on. Otherwise, my ass gets really sore. And then I got a date with hydrocortisone. If you guys can relate, you can relate. But anyway, this order's pretty darn good. So, I'm gonna go take it. And you know, I'm not really making much money with this, but I'm just sort of keeping things going until the resolution. Ouch, yeah. The honest reality of biking. Whenever it's warmer, yeah. If it's colder out, I don't really have that problem, but when it's warmer, definitely. But it's okay, you know? It's okay. They make special shorts. First of all, those shorts look really stupid, and I'm not wearing them. And they're expensive. So, no. I'm gonna deal with a rag. The rag gets the job done just fine. Alright, gotta go. Pedal, pedal, pedal. Ah! Ah. There we go. See, I can sprint on my bike when I need to. I used to be really good at sprinting on road bikes. I had a road bike a few years ago, and I had one back in college. So whenever I really need to crank it up, I can do it. And I got pretty good cardio, you know? Like, I can take longer endurance-based bike rides when necessary, but usually when it's colder, it feels a lot better. But it's just been so damn hot the past couple days. Like, it got up to 85 today. You believe that? It's not even spring. And it got up to 85 in Florida. Is the sun making me feel better? Well, just getting out and doing something I like to do makes me feel better. But it's a little more than that, Cassandra. So when you have like severe clinical depression like I do, you have to feel like shit. Sometimes it'll last a few days. Alright. Yeah, I don't know how much of that you caught, but I was saying that my main thing, Cassandra, is I have to, when I get like really depressed, because I have clinical depression. I used to have suicidal depression because I have attempted suicide more than once in my life. I have to be alone, and I have to feel like absolute shit for a while. And then when I feel ready, I'll get up and just do something I want to do. Even if it's not something that is financially driven, you know? Clinical depression is so difficult. Yeah, it is. Like, we can come up with home remedies all we want, and they do help, but it doesn't cure anything. It just, it's like, if you've got a slipped disc and you get injection shots, it helps it feel less painful, but you still have to deal with a slipped disc, right? I don't know if that analogy makes total sense, but essentially the problem with something like that is it's a persistent problem. It's something you can't cure it, you just have to deal with it. But as long as you're dealing with it, then you're doing something. If you're not dealing with it, it hurts even worse, you know? If you guys can relate, let me know in the comment section down below. Hey, what's going on, Princess Lady? Good to have you. I'll give you a wrench if you want to go around subbing to people. And we're at McDonald's. We picked up an Uber Eats order, so I'm gonna go get that done. We'll see how much battery life. I think we got about 50%, something like that. Makes sense to me. I hear you. I've been going through mental health issues since age 15. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, B. You know what I'm talking about. The Life of Kyle Carroll. Thank you for subscribing to my YouTube channel. Hey, no problem, Kyle. And glad to have you. I'll give you a wrench. You want to go around subbing to people? You go right ahead. Be my guest. Hey, what's going on, Melissa? I've just been riding around and, you know, just getting out of the house and just doing something that makes me feel at least a little better. And we got an Uber Eats order that we're gonna go pick up. You worry about my daughter. She seems like she has similar issues. Yeah, it's tough, man. Because the thing too is, even when you have clinical depression, it's not always easy to get people to try to understand. But I don't think it's that people have to understand. It's that sometimes it's just nice if someone listens. You know, sometimes it's just nice if you listen. Like, I'm not necessarily, like, if I'm gonna vent, I don't want advice. I just want you to listen, if you want, if you're willing to, right? I just want you to listen, because I know what I'm going through. I don't know why, right? No one really knows why, but I know I have what I have, and sometimes I just need to let it out without someone being like, oh, but how about this, that? It's like, don't want to hear it. Just listen. But only if you want, right? Because I'm not going to go around trauma dumping on people. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to go around trauma dumping. Because that, yeah, I know that can be a little off-putting to people. Anyway, let me go inside and let me pick up this order. And I don't know, maybe I got enough time to get another one. I mean, I got the endurance for it, as long as I stay hydrated. I had a lot of carbs earlier. If you're gonna do biking, you need carbs, man. Screw that whole carnivore diet shit, or that whole keto shit. Because carbohydrates, that's the primary source of energy for the body. And it's the only macronutrient the brain can use. Fun fact for you. Here you, Mike. Here for you soon, as someone who's been there actively through it. Well, I appreciate it, B. Melissa sounds a little robotic. Well, that's just the way it is. It's going to be like that sometimes. We all go through it. When I eventually get my second phone, it might help a little bit, but you know, it's inevitable. You buy me the most premium shit in the world for anything and everything, maybe we can do better. But I digress. All right, so we got John C214. All right, I'll be right back out. Alright, we got the Uber Eats order. It's pretty small. I was tempted to not put it in the bag, but I'll still do it just to keep the food warm. Better safe than sorry. That's what Corey would say. Let me see. All that bike riding must be healthy because you look in shape. Yeah, thanks, Cassandra. I do some kind of athletic activity pretty much every day. Like, I'll go to the park, I'll bring my TRX bands and do resistance training with that stuff. I used to do like heavy weightlifting in the gym, but I really just don't have the time for it anymore. At least not really. But I still do some kind of calisthenics. I do resistance training at the park, and I ride my mountain bike pretty much every day, and I do some kind of bike riding every day. Plus, you know, I eat a plant-based diet, so there's that as well. I'm not the smallest guy in the world, but you know what? I don't give a shit. Because when you look big, people don't want to fuck with you. That's how I see it anyway. You know, if you're big enough, you got enough muscle, even if you don't know how to fight, even if you don't like to fight, people won't fuck with you. Especially when you got a mouth like mine. Because, you know, I'm kind and supportive, but that's not to be mistaken for being a pansy who doesn't stick up for himself. And trust me, I've been there, right? I've let people take advantage of me and treat me like a doormat. And eventually, I say, fuck that. I'm tired of all yous. And you cut them out of your life. And then they get all salty and try to gaslight you. And you know what? It's like, you know, I feel a lot better without them. They can kiss my ass. Let's see. 836, 6.8 miles. I don't think so. Alright, I'm gonna put my lights on because it's getting dark out. And in the state of Florida, you are legally required to put on lights. So let me, there we go. Alright, just gotta verify the order and all that, then we can drop it off. Alright, Mary says watching on a loop. Thanks, Mary. Appreciate it. That's heckin' dope. Let's see. I look intimidating. Thanks, Melissa. I take that as a compliment. It's good you figured that out, Mike. Yeah. Plus, you know, just feeling like that all the time, it made me resentful, you know, and I don't like feeling that way. I'm already really bitter as it is. I don't want to be resentful, because that can tear apart healthy relationships with people. And Corey used to work in a warehouse for 20 years. You had a slip disc, triple D. Ouch, that sucks, man. So you know what it's like, right? That analogy that I was relating before, you know, you slip a disc, you can remedy it all you want, but you're just managing something that you constantly have to deal with, right? That was the analogy I was making with depression, slip disc, you know. Anyway, I'm not gonna re-explain all that. You guys know what I'm talking about. It's not as bad now. Had to do a lot of physiotherapy. Was painful. Oh, I bet. I know my buddy Ulf, he had something going on with his lumbar region, like an actual injury, and he's got a physiotherapist for it. And I've been like helping him with his resistance training from afar, because he lives in Norway. And he's made a lot of progress, man. He's made a lot of progress, and I'm happy to see him do what he's doing. Plus, he's working under the guidance of his physiotherapist. But, you know, he's my homeboy. He's been supporting me for a couple of years now, and, you know, just want to make sure he's got some decent guidance for that stuff. I used to do personal training as like a side hustle, but I eventually just lost the interest of that. But, you know, I still help people sometimes. Because, you know, like, compared to a lot of these fitness influencers, I'm not gonna fucking sell you a lie or tell you things you want to hear. You know, if there's something you genuinely need to know, you're gonna know. And I'm gonna keep it real. As I do with pretty much anything in life. Even if I'm not always in the best mood, I keep it real. Anyway, let's go drop this one.
Should I sprint? I think yes, we should sprint! There we go. This is what I love about when it gets colder out or cooler out. I feel more energetic, man. You know?
Plus, I mean, you know, I got plenty of cars on me. I'm gonna burn them out. Do I have Cash App, Venmo? Yeah, Cassandra, go to my bio. Go to the bio on the front page of my channel where you see my description. You'll find my link tree there. Let me move over to the sidewalk. It's pretty loud out here. But go on the front page of my channel, in my bio, you'll see links. Go to the link tree. You'll find my Cash App and PayPal. So, you know, if you feel like throwing your boys some change, hit up my link tree. Oh, I got a bunch of flies in my face. I think I can type that as a command in the chat. Let me see if I can still do it. Because I have the cloud bot from Streamlabs as a mod. Okay, there we go. That's my link tree. Go to that if you want. Right, if anyone wants to throw you boys some change, just hit up my link tree. Otherwise, you don't have to do that. Like, just, you know, watching my stuff, saying hi. That's all. That's all great ways to support the channel as well. But hey, money's nice. Alright, now let's go. Yeah, it is pretty, right? The skies can get really nice in Florida. Sometimes you can see like hundreds of stars in the sky for long periods of time. It's really nice. And then sometimes you'll get like purple and violet and pink in the sky with the sunset. Beautiful. Looks like something out of Da Vinci or Vincent Van Gogh, you know, like a fucking painting. Stay safe out there. Yeah, I'll do my best. Yeah, sunset's pretty heckin' dope, huh? Good stuff. Yeah, when I get to my neighborhood, the Wi-Fi hotspot reception is pretty bad there. But I'll try to come back up this way maybe, and then maybe I'll wrap up the stream or something. I'm not sure. I can't believe it's already almost 8 o'clock over by me. That's crazy. Usually when it gets this dark, it's like barely 6 o'clock. Gotta get used to that time change again. But you know what that means for me, right? When I get my e-bike back on the road, I can stay out later at night, and the weather will still be really nice. Because there are trade-offs with an e-bike and a mountain bike with the weather. When it's warmer out, I much prefer my e-bike. When it's colder out, I usually prefer the mountain bike. But, you know, someday, I think it would be pretty cool to put a front hub motor on this bike. This mountain bike. That way, I can use it like an electric bike. I'd probably put a torque sensor on it just so I can actually get more exercise. If you put a torque sensor on an e-bike, then it sends power based on how much effort you're putting into the pedaling. So if you pedal harder, you generate more power, but you have to put in more effort to get it. With a cadence sensor, which is on most e-bikes, it's called ghost pedaling, where as long as you're performing the motion, you're going to get constant nominal power, no matter how hard you pedal or how softly you pedal. So you're not really getting exercise all that much that way, but if you got a torque sensor, you definitely can. So I would look into that at some point for me. Getting a torque sensor for like a front hub conversion kit, because if I put a front hub, it'll make this bike all-wheel drive. But you know, semantics aside, I digress. It's going to start buffering a bit. Just bear with me. We'll come back to my area so it doesn't buffer as much, and then I'll wrap up the stream. But yeah, let's get her going! Alright, where am I going? I am going to a place with people and things and stuff. There. I got this. Alright, it's gonna make the turn, make it now. There we go. So, I don't feel like getting flattened like a pancake. Not today. Yeah, we're almost there. Yeah, maybe I'll just cross the street. I don't know. That might be better. Okay. Then we're making a left time. Sprint! Oh, there we go. Got it. Ow. Oh, police officer lives here. That's right. I forgot about that. Well, I better not steal their food then. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Okay. All right. Anything about ringing the bell? All right. We're good. Okay. Drop off Runsky. Do the thing. The other thing. And we're good. Noise. Alright. And let me find a decent place. I probably sound like a damn robot. Let me find a decent spot. I'll catch you up to speed. We got 6 points. Heck yeah. Or whatever that's worth. The whole rewards program thing. I don't know. I'd hardly say it's the most valuable thing in the world. find decent spot. Indeedy weedy. Yeah, this weather's nice. I mean, it's not. We got a nice feels. It's not as warm out. I think it's about 70. Last I checked, it was around like 74. So that with the cool breeze at night makes it feel nicer. Maybe I can get something from Walmart too. I don't know. I was thinking about heading back in that parking lot anyway. I think we got a shot. Muffin Man, and get out of the way. Okay, come on, move up, move up. I know you want to speed, you might as well just do it. It's okay, break the law. Nobody's going to catch you. Don't break the law. Don't listen to me, because I'm not a good influence. But I am the corner king, and so they say, because I wear a crown. What's this? Cash deposited. Oh, cool. Hey, that's pretty neat. Cassandra sent me a dono. Yeah, thanks, Cassandra. Appreciate it. When you start offering channel memberships, when you get to that, you know, when you're able to cross that bridge, I'll buy a channel membership with you. I usually buy channel memberships for people I think are pretty cool. I like the 99-cent ones because that means I can buy a ton of them. Even though I'm kind of a broke bitch, I can still... Alright, we're good? Alright, thank you. Appreciate it. You know, it's kind of like a diluted way of being able to support a lot of people. Because, you know, the pay ceiling's low. But, you know, if someone charges higher, it's like, okay, whatever, I don't care. You do what's best for you, right? But, I don't know, I think it's pretty neat. But yeah, thanks for the dono. I appreciate it. If anyone else feels like throwing your boy a bone, you're more than welcome to, but not a requirement, you don't have to. What else we got going on? Nice sunset, pretty sunset. Heck yeah. You know, I like the skies here, man. Looks pretty nice now. Everyone send Mike some money. His bike broke down. Only if you want, but, you know, definitely would be appreciated. I'll just say that. Mary says, me too. About the 99-cent memberships. Yeah, man. Yeah, I definitely like them. Honestly, I didn't even know, like, it wasn't until I found you guys when I realized that you can even sell them that low. Because pretty much, like, all the people I've seen, they would sell them for, like, a higher price. Usually, like, $4.99, $5.99. I'd be like, you know, that's cool, but it's a little steep if you're trying to support a lot of people, you know. But yeah, I didn't realize you can sell them for 99 cents. I was like, wow, okay, sure, sign me up. You guys are cool. Cha-ching, you know. If I'm not mistaken, you can also put them on sale, if I'm correct. I could be wrong. You can correct me in the comment section down below, but if I'm not mistaken, you can change the price of them. Like if I wanted to offer a special, I was thinking about that, like whenever I can offer channel memberships, like maybe I can do like an introductory sale, sell them for 69 cents each. Be like, hey, you know, here's the incentive. You're getting 30% off, and it's my favorite number, 69 cents. What do you guys think of that idea? You let me know in the comment section down below on that as well. And where to put that other strap up? There we go. You go in the Dollar Tree. Yeah, cool, enjoy. Oh, you can't offer specials? Ah, that sucks, man. I can't? Oh, that is so lame. Can I, like... I guess not. Do they charge $99 a month? Yeah, if you do like the tiering stuff, you can charge $99 a month. I mean, if I did something like that, I don't even know what I would offer. 225, 1.3, I don't think so. You could buy members. Oh, okay, I got you, Mary. So I can buy them and it would only cost 69 cents, but you can't do a sale. I got you. Okay. I mean, it's kind of like a sale-ish, sort of, right? But yeah, I got you. They just started the... Oh, that's why I've never seen it, because they only just started that a few months ago. I got you. Okay. Yeah, that's very interesting. Huh. Regular Android phone or computer, you can buy them, but you can't choose who... Yeah, I'm aware of that one. I mean, I guess they got their reasons for that, but I think that's kind of lame. You know, like... Because trolls can get them, right? You know, you figure trolls and people that you boot off your channel can get memberships, and it's like, I don't want to give you that. I want to give it to people that I actually think are cool and regularly help out with the channel, you know? If you do the tiers, when people try to give you memberships, they have to pay the closest parts to $5, so you won't get very many gifted memberships. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I wouldn't really know what I would offer if I did tiers. I think the idea is cool, but I'd have to really think on that, but I'd also have to see what you guys would want if that was even a thing. But I haven't put too much thought into it, at least not right now. Because really, my big thing, I wanted to keep growing the community, you know? I want to keep growing the community and the watch hours, but hey, that's gonna happen. We'll get there. We'll get there. Plus, you know, times are different. I got, you know, cool people that really want to see me succeed, and they're helping me in any way they can, like Mary, for example. And I think that's pretty heckin' dope. Stickers. You mean like channel emojis? I mean, I've got things picked out for that. Collect magnets. Oh, you mean like give out stickers as a perk? Is that what you mean? Yeah, I know you can't choose the members. I'm just saying, like, you know, with the randomized thing, if certain, like, you know, no bueno individuals comment on your channel, then they have the possibility of getting it. I'm starting to get bitten up out here. The mosquitoes are coming. They are coming. But yeah, anyway, I digress. Those are cute. Yeah, sure. You'll also be able to give away 10 free ones a month. Yeah, I thought at one point you'd be able to give away more than 10. But hey, 10's cool. That's neat. I mean, I've always thought about, like, even before this channel, I've always thought about, like, channel membership raffle kind of thing. Or, well, that was before I realized that you can't.
pick and choose the people that can get them, but still, I don't know. You just don't need anything for night memberships. Do some emojis, you're good. That's pretty much all I really had as far as a baseline idea for channel memberships. Mainly emojis, 99 cents, and then maybe some kind of exclusive content. But as far as exclusive content, I'll ask you guys what you would be interested in. Not that there has to be, I get that too, but I still think it would be nice. Plus, you know, if people want to watch it, then hey, views, watch time, money! It prioritizes people who visit you the most and interact with you the most. That's a new feature. Yeah, that's definitely good to know too. Because sometimes I'll see people that are like, you know, is this guy a troll, or are they like just a one-of type person that leaves a dumb comment then never shows up again? Sometimes I see them get a membership. It's like, ah, that sucks. But a lot of the time I see people that are actually kind of cool. It's like, oh, they got a membership, nice. So that's pretty neat. Yeah, Uber Eats, they tried to send me a trip radar, but it wasn't very good. It was $2.44 for 2.3 miles. No way. I was meaning to turn this off anyway. I'm starting to get bitten up out here, man. I'm getting bitten up by these skeeters. Them skeeters. If you live in Florida and you're all sweaty, you're gonna get bitten up by mosquitoes. I know Mary could vouch for that. You can do 5 at a time, twice a month, or you can do all 10, 5 at a time, and 1 day. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I would do that. I would. I even thought of that idea before I realized how low you can sell memberships for. Check out Night Bar giveaway. Night Bar or Nightbot? I think you mean Nightbot giveaways. Yeah, that's pretty neat. I'll look into that. You did your, yeah, that's what I thought you meant, Nightbot. You did your 12 days of Christmas through Nightbot. Yeah. I remember that. That was cool. That was neato-rific. Let's see. Yeah, almost an hour and a half. That's cool. Yeah, you know how limiting this this streaming app is for the GoPro? Like, look at that. It's pathetic. It barely shows you anything. I know YouTube Studio, you can look at practically everything. Hey, it's okay though. Right, it gets the job done. And, you know, we're pretty much just throwing caution in the winds and just making do with what I've got. And then, you know, as I progress with things, we can consider upgrades. But we'll see. Anyway, I think I missed a question from Cassandra. I think I did. I saw it. I just forgot to get back to it. Oh, here it is. Okay, so yeah, Cassandra was asking, how much do you think your motor is going to cost? So if EA Auto does not service it for me, if they don't service it for me or send me a new one, it'll cost $290 plus tax. I can use what is it? A Klarna, whatever you call that. It's like a firm, but it's not a firm. I can do like a 4-payment thing bi-weekly, but that's a little steep. It's manageable, I guess, but if I had to do that, I don't have enough to pay it in full. But if I had to do that, it would cost $290. but I'm pretty sure they'll replace it. And once they replace it, I'm gonna put a little bit of a rainy fund aside and buy a backup. Because I really like my bike, man. My bike is awesome. I love it. It just, the motor keeps, I don't know. My luck. That's all I could say. My luck. What do we got here? Kayla Blue. Good evening. What's going on, Kayla? Good to have you. We did some bike riding for a little while. I was just going around various parking lots, riding my mountain bike. And then we picked up an Uber Eats order, which was pretty nice. It paid $9, went 1.3 miles, so that was pretty solid. It was a gold preferred delivery too. Which I'm kind of shocked I even had the gold delivery thing at all, but hey, that's cool. And it's not necessarily because of its metrics, it's more of the requirement, because you gotta have like enough order volume to even get it in the first place. And I don't get a lot of Uber Eats orders, but sometimes it comes in clutch, and then suddenly I get gold. And it's like, cool, right? I don't know. Pretty neat. Yeah, Cassandra says, dang, okay, well, at least now you know you have some... At least So, the thing with me, Cassandra, is even if I don't always publicly voice it, I always have a backup plan in my head, right? Something I've learned is that when you don't have much to work with, you can better figure out how to work with what you have. So, as much as it would be nice to have more things and great things, I can better keep track of what I have because it's all I have. So it makes it easier for me to think about, all right, well, if this happens, what do I do with such and such? Do I have a plan B? And if that plan B fails, then what other option do I have? So I always keep that stuff in mind. I don't always voice it, but even though I generally don't have the best luck and I feel like I've been dealt a bad hand with a lot of things in life, I am very self-sufficient. If I wasn't, I honestly wouldn't be here. Like, I would have just ended my life 13 years ago. So, there's that. Anyway. Less than the $23,000 cash I paid for a car when it got drowned. So that's lucky. Yeah, it could always be worse. For me. Yeah, $23,000 cash. That's rough. I mean, don't get me wrong, I've got $17,000 of debt that I'm trying to pay off. So, trust me, Mary, I know what it's like to have a huge burden that needs to be taken care of. Options, good. Are you putting too much weight on it? Would it do better with the trailer? Don't know, just an idea. So that bike is rated for a 350-pound weight capacity, and it never gets even close to that. So the heaviest that I ever put on the back is 30 kilograms or 66 pounds, and I weigh about 185. So when you combine the heaviest load that I put on the bike plus my weight, it still has 103 pounds of payload capacity left over. So it's definitely not bad. I'm not exactly sure what it is. All I know is that it either spins out completely or it seizes. Last time it spun out, and this time it seized. So it's a different problem. And I usually chalk that up to the build quality of the motors. So even though I think they're a good company and they have really good customer service, they do outsource their parts from China. And you know, I'm not gonna go down that rabbit hole about China, but also do know that a lot of drop shipping is done with Chinese products and Vietnamese products. And I know that Iorta do get a lot of their parts from China, including the motor. So yeah, there's that. Plus, if I want a really good motor, it's a little out of my means. Less is better. Yeah, for the most part, less is better. Less is more affordable. That's for sure. If I want to get a really good hub motor, oh yeah, it would not be $290. So I'm totally fine with that. But yeah, I'm gonna think a little more on what better I can do with it. Honestly, the best thing I could think of is to just go a little slower more often. I was doing that before it seized, but you know, it's one of those too little too late kind of things. So I digress. You do awesomeness. Yeah, thanks, Mary. I do my best. We love, let's see. We love you, Mike. Thank you for staying alive for us. Well, you know, just gotta have something to live for, right? Debt sucks. Yeah, it does. I mean, I do have a debt relief program helping me with some of it, so, you know, that makes it a little easier. But, yeah, it's okay. Yeah, we're about to run out of battery.